Hello everybody, Gavin McCormack here, and welcome to another social scenario where you get to put yourself in the shoes of someone who has to make a very important decision. Now this week we're going to ask you to be a CEO, a Chief Executive Officer of a multi-million-dollar organization. Yes, in a penthouse in New York City overlooking the whole skyline. Yes, you're Mr. Jackson and you've made it right to the top of an organization. And your job is wonderful. You get to do wonderful work in the world and manage a team of thousands of people who are doing similar things to you. You've got a luxury mansion. You have a very fast car. You even go on fancy holidays in your private jet. Your life is fantastic. It really has everything. But deep down in your heart as Mr. Jackson, you know that you're not quite living your dream. You see, Mr. Jackson has always dreamed of working with animals. Yes, when he watches videos of animals being rescued or cared for, he always starts to cry. Not tears of sadness, but tears of joy, because this has been one of his lifelong dreams to work with animals. But as a major shareholder and a CEO of a huge organization, he has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulder. And this week, we want you to make a decision as if you are Mr. Jackson. You see, you're about to make a huge change in your life. Are you going to continue to work as a CEO of a major organization, or are you going to quit and do what your heart tells you and work with animals? This week's decision is so huge. The first perspective you have to consider is the perspective of Mr. Jackson's family. You see, Mr. Jackson is married with several children. They have a house and a lifestyle. They go on holidays, they have a wonderful car, and they go to the most expensive schools in the city. And if Mr. Jackson was to leave his job and leave his big salary behind, maybe these things would not be possible. He has to talk to his family about the decision he is going to make and why he's going to make it. The second perspective is the workers in Mr. Jackson's company. You see, they love him. He's very popular and he's also very good at his job. They look at him for guidance. He's very smart and he knows the industry so well. He is everybody's hero. And if he was to leave the company, maybe they would feel really sad and disheartened. But the third perspective, and the most important perspective, is your perspective, Mr. Jackson. Why are you doing your job, and what decision will you make? Will you follow your heart, or will you continue to do something you don't 100% love, but you do it because other people are relying on you? This is a very big decision indeed, and one that you may face later on in your life. Because as you go through your life as a young person and you grow to become an adult, you will find yourself working in some kind of job. And you may discover that you don't like that job and you have to leave. But changing in the middle of doing something is a very risky thing to do and can be really, really nerve-wracking. This week, we want you to pretend that you are Mr. Jackson and you have to make this very big decision indeed. How will you communicate to your family? How will you talk to your workers? And what will you say to yourself when you make this decision? This is not an easy decision to make, but as we know, social scenarios are not designed to be easy. Get together with your friends, come together with a group, make a decision, make sure you have a key message to all of your stakeholders, and remember, there's no right or wrong answer, but you have to try your best to make everybody in this story as happy as possible as you decide. This is another social scenario, and we will see you next time.